Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Million Grand Cross video. For this, we'll be going over the Dark Knight cosmetic set, as well as the new Matrona Diane cosmetic sets, so you can go over all the different cosmetics for her, as well as all of the Dark Knight cosmetic sets. And the reason I'm going over all of the cosmetic sets is because I keep getting asked about the part 1 of the set banner, and people keep asking me, like, hey, have you done a video on this? Have you talked about it yet? And I said, yeah, I did record it. It was in my news video, but a lot of people missed it, so they just kept asking me about it. So I'm re-recording it here. I'll put a timestamp for you guys in the comments below, so if you want to skip to the part 2 of everything. So if you already watched that, you'll see it. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so first on the list, we got Demon Melidoas on the cosmetic review. Demon Melidoas is going to have, like everybody in the entire Dark Knight set, is going to have 7% critical resistance on the armor piece. On the weapon, its core is going to have 7% pierce rate. And finally, it's going to have a 7% regeneration rate on the helmet, or the headpiece, or whatever you want to call it. So on my Demon Melidoas, you can see here that I actually do have the headpiece for him. I ended up getting the weapon as well for Pierce, because it is the best weapon for him, and I am giving the armor piece as well, just so I make sure I would have all UR cosmetics for his armor pieces. What's really interesting though is I ended up getting a 6th armor piece over here. So should you buy the armor piece? Well, I guess maybe not, because this one comes directly from the what's it called? This one comes from Green Demon Melidoas. This one comes from Red Demon Melidoas. This one comes from Blue Demon Melidoas. This one comes from Final Boss Melidoas. And this one comes free, or came free on the Japanese first year anniversary, and will be entirely free and looks terrifyingly bad. But if you want to aesthetically look good, I personally don't like the way that this armor looks that much, but it looks okay on the Melly. It's good, it's fine. I mean, if you want to buy it for the armor piece, sure, it's more of an aesthetic buy, because you will get 5 armor pieces already free to play on Demon Melidoas. So I probably wouldn't buy the Melly one for the armor piece, but you can buy a bunch of other ones. The weapon definitely is his best weapon, so if you do want to use a Demon Melidoas weapon in the future, it is his best weapon. He gets a total of 5 UR weapons in general, so if you do want to use a lot of UR weapons and use all UR weapons on him, he only gets 5, so definitely pick it up if you want to use him for that. As far as headpieces, it is the same situation, where he gets a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 headpieces. It's a little bit different. He gets 6 headpieces, so you do not have to pick this one up. This one has a 7% regeneration rate. The other ones have regeneration rate, regeneration like lifesteal. It's not worse or better. It's honestly just, if you want to pick it up, pick it up. If you don't want to pick it up, don't pick it up. It doesn't matter too much. The Kabuki Mask one right here is definitely the best one for him. He is 3% lifesteal. It's a very, very good one. The one with the Demon Horns is also very good, because this one has a 6% recovery rate, which increases your lifesteal rate, which is very nice. And then the Red Sailor Hat, which I don't have on the Japanese version, is another good pickup, because that one has also lifesteal. But this one, I ended up, you get this one for free from the Final Boss. It has regeneration and lifesteal. The headpiece you don't have to pick up, but if you do want to use Demon Melidoas during his prime, you kind of do got to pick it up. So up to you if you want to pick it up or not. It's 50-50. You do get enough. You have other headpieces that are available other times. Next up, we got Merlin. I do not have this cosmetic piece. On the Japanese version, I ended up electing not to pick it up, because Merlin is a waifu, and this one is from Blue Merlin, this one is from Red Merlin, this one is from Green Merlin, this one is from Final Boss Merlin, and the one I actually elected to pick up just for the waifu status, because I like it a lot, is the one from the Halloween event, as you can see here, that has 7% resistance rate. Merlin's only going to need a total of 1 UR set. You do not need to pick up more than 1 UR armor piece for her if you want to have a full UR set for her. She has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 UR pieces, so you can get any of the 9, and 4 of them are free. So definitely consider picking up 1 and 1 only, and try to figure out which one you like best. It doesn't really matter which one you pick. Merlin's defensive stats are pretty poor in general. I think she has a total of 20% resistance, as well as 10% crit resistance, 10% crit defense. So they're all really bad defensive stats no matter what. So you're not going to be a very, very tanky on Merlin. It doesn't really matter which one you pick up. Resistance, obviously, fixed damage resistance is nice, but Depends on what matchup meta you're fighting, what the rules were of the week, etc. So it doesn't really matter which defensive piece. For offensive pieces, I ended up picking up the boat because it's a boat and boats are cool. The final boss piece right here, this is the PvP piece, and I got this one for free in the summer event, so it was a little bit different for me, and I don't know if we're getting this for free on the global version or if we're getting it in part of a Hawk Pass or whatnot. This one is actually the Halloween event one, and this boat I just got because it's a boat, and that's the only reason. Yeah, the Dark Knight event one is really good. It has 7% pierce rate. Merlin's offensive stats are kind of all over the place as well. She has 20% pierce rate as well as 20% crit chance and 140 crit damage. So she's not great offensively due to substats. So you can pick up whatever you'd like. You can focus on one area, focus on multiple areas. It doesn't really matter too much because she doesn't get a ton of offensive substats. There's nothing that really emphasizes her total damage. Pierce is fine, crit chance is fine. It doesn't matter that much. If you wanted to, say, focus on just one area, the New Year's event, of course, has 5% critical chance, which I think is her best weapon. 5% crit chance is a very high amount of crit chance to get from any weapon, so definitely a very, very good weapon to have for Merlin. But for free-to-play weapons, she does have a lot of good options, so you can pick up whatever you want. And then for the other options here, there are two headpieces that are available currently, and what's really interesting is that the ones that are available forever, this one has 3% lifesteal and regeneration rate, this one has 6% recovery rate. These two are very good headpiece cosmetics. This one is also good. The swimsuit one is also very, very good. That comes out later. The one for the Dark Knight event just gives 7% regeneration rate, so you can pretty much skip it if you want. I don't think I even picked it up. I did not. I didn't pick it up at all. I didn't pick up any Merlin stuff for this, for JP. For Global, I picked it up because I didn't pick it up on JP, so I might as well pick it up on Global just for fun, you know, whatever. And there are other pieces that you can potentially get, but it's not like you have to pick up any one of these. Any UR piece is fine with her. It doesn't matter too much. You can min-max on her a little bit if you want, but it's not going to give you the best overall anyways. Recovery rate and lifesteal what you want for headpieces no matter what for Merlin, so that's what I would go for. Now we're going to do the most important one that everybody cares about, of course, is Escanor. And Escanor, of course, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 UR pieces. And, of course, 2 of them are going to be free to play. And the other 5 are not. So you got to choose which ones you want. I elected going with the Sailor one because it was right when Escanor had first come out, and I thought it was the best one to pick up because it was cool when it came out. I also picked up the Dark Knight one as well on both Global and Japan, so I have them for both. These 2 other ones are just from upgrades. So I picked up the first 2 cosmetic sets for him. I ended up not picking up the weapon. Somewhat regret. Okay, I somewhat regret not picking it up. Like, I had a choice. I was at a precipice on JP, and I was like, I have 5 weapons. Does it really matter if I pick up the UR weapon or not for the Dark Knight set? And I somewhat regret not picking up this weapon because I would end up getting more pierce rate and more damage. And at the time, I had no idea that cosmetic upgrades were ever going to be a thing, and I didn't know that I would have that issue. So yeah, I'd pick up the Dark Knight weapon. I mean, if you want to have 5 UR weapons for Escanor, if you really want to main Escanor, sure. I mean, that could be a thing. He's really going to Global right now. Cosmetic upgrades are the thing to max out your cosmetics, and you need, if you want to max one out, you can potentially max out, say, an SSR piece here, but it would cost you 60 of these crystals, and that is a significant amount, and they cost a lot of gold to do. And I typically only do UR weapons, so I think an SSR weapon might be a mismatch there, though. He only has a total of 5 UR weapons, so you can pick up every single Escanor weapon in the game, and he would only have 5 anyways. So, I mean, that would be a good reason to do it in general. As far as headpieces go, he only has 4 UR headpieces, so no matter what, I would definitely pick up the headpiece, just because he only gets 4 UR headpieces. And again, I didn't pick it up because I had already gotten all the cosmetics that I wanted on Escanor. I didn't know there was going to be another cosmetic set at the time, and I didn't end up picking up the Dark Knight one. Yeah, it would be a good pickup right now because I would be able to upgrade that headpiece and just get a little bit more CC on my Escanor, make him a little bit stronger, and then of course I should have picked up the New Year's one so I could get up me more CC. But again, no idea about cosmetic upgrades, didn't know that they were going to take place, and obviously the Sunglass Escanor is the best headpiece cosmetic in aesthetics, so you should pick that up anyways, regardless. All right, let's go over Coin Shop Bond's cosmetics. So Coin Shop Bond, as far as armor cosmetics, it's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 total UR cosmetics. And I have 4 of them. This one right here is directly from the green bond. This one is from red bond. This one is from blue bond, and this one, of course, is from the Dark Knight set. And I ended up picking this one bond. This was in the middle of bond pen season, and we're right now in the bond pen meta. So if you do want to try out a bond pen strategy, I did go over it in my previous news video. If you want to link to that, of course, I think if I remember. I don't know if I will remember, but you know me, Chet. It's a decent armor piece for crit resistance. He only has a total of 6. I mean, the other 2 you can pick up are, of course, the swimsuit event one, which is crit defense, and the other one, of course, is the Red Sailor event one that already came out. So if you didn't pick that one up, you can pick that one up too. For weapons, he does get he has a really low amount of weapons. You can see he only gets 1, 2, 3 different UR weapons. So he does not get 4 different UR weapons because of the swimsuit event. So he does get a lot of UR weapons. I only have 2 UR weapons on him. I ended up picking up this one as well. I got the Pierce weapon for Bond, the 7% Pierce weapon. I did not get the Red Sailor event weapon on him because I didn't know any better at the time. That would be a good weapon for him. Swimsuit event weapon, I had to choose. It was very free to play at that time, so I wasn't able to get that. So definitely, there are definitely the pickups I could have won. There's also the PvP shop weapon I have too. So since he only has 4 weapons for UR, I would definitely consider it if you ever want to build out a Nunchuck Bond. It is a pickup if you do want to pick up build Nunchuck Bond. As for headpieces though, this headpiece is probably his best looking headpiece, except for the bandana. The bandana is pretty cool, and so is the skull mask. Both of those are pretty cool. There's a lot of options for headpieces. He gets a total of 4 UR headpieces. One of which, of course, is the sunglass one in the swimsuit event, which is the best one for sure. The Dark Knight one is the only one second to it, of course. And because he only gets 4, you get to the bandana one is probably his best one because it has lifesteal on it for 3% lifesteal. Recovery rate and lifesteal are probably the 2 best ones for him for substats. So these are some great pieces for him. All of these are good except for the Dark Knight one, of course. The Dark Knight one probably not the best in the world, but it looks good, and he only has 4 UR headpieces anyway, so if you're going to build out a Bond, why not? If you're free to play, you can probably just get away with what I do right here and just say fuck it. Alrighty, so Gowther gets a buttload of UR cosmetics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 UR armor pieces. Gowther gets 8 UR armor pieces. So do you need to pick up the one from the Dark Knight event? It has 7% crit resistance. I didn't pick it up, dude. I get you get 4 for free, dude. You get the blue Gowther one, the red Gowther one, the final boss Gowther one, and the green Gowther one. I mean, you get a lot of free UR cosmetics. So I mean, I don't need to. And this one has 8%. The UR cosmetic over here is 8% crit defense. So I mean, that's really good. It's kind of interesting to see like a random just 8% crit defense thing. I mean, you don't really need crit defense on him. For Gowther, you kind of want crit resistance over crit defense because his crit resistance is quite high already. It's at 70% crit resistance. Crit defense doesn't really help you a ton, but crit resistance helps you a lot more. Resistance rate obviously will be really good too, so those 2 are really good for him because he's very defensive already. Looking at this, I'd say for weapons though, I did not pick up the weapon. You get a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 UR weapons. The Dark Knight weapon being one of the UR weapons, and you get 2 of them that are in the shop all the time. And this one I got for free during the swimsuit event because it was one of the ones I picked up. I would say this would be a good one to pick up because he does have Gowther's doesn't like all of his other weapons survive on crit chance and crit rate. So if you wanted to pick up the Dark Knight one, it's not the best, it's not the worst. I don't remember. Gowther's Pierce rate is only like 23%. So this gives him at the 30%. I'm not saying this is the worst idea. I'm not saying this is the best idea, but it's definitely something you could do. Crit chance, though, does seem like the way to go for Gowther because when you do crit on Gowther's ulti, it is a massive crit. Because his crit damage already, as you can see, is 180%. So probably what I would focus on is anything with crit chance and crit damage would probably be the best weapons for him in general. But Pierce rate's also good too because you can't get a ton of crit chance. As you can see, you can only get a small amount here. The Sailor weapon was really, really good for him because of crit chance and some other options there. But it was, it's kind of hit miss there. As far as headpieces go, it doesn't matter too much. He gets a lot of headpieces for UR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total headpieces for UR. So he has a lot of UR headpieces. The swimsuit one, the 2 that were already in the shop for initially right there, these 2 here. Lifesteal and regeneration rate might not be the best for him. Regeneration rate might be okay for him. You don't do a ton of damage to go through, so recovery rate might be good and regeneration rate might be good because you don't need lifesteal. Lifesteal on your ultimates would be cool, but like for him, it doesn't really matter which headpieces as long as you just get the UR headpieces. I honestly do not have enough UR headpieces. I can actually buy this one if I want to. It has lifesteal on. I elected not to buy it. I did get it on global and it is a little better. For the Dark Knight one though, I did not elect to get it because I was not really focusing on a Gowther at this point in my PvP situation, and it really didn't have a lot of gems to focus on Gowther, so I didn't do it. So you could do it. I'm not saying it's a bad choice. I'm not saying it's the best choice, but it is a choice you could make. It's definitely okay. Okay, next up we got Giant Diane. I have never in my life PvP'd with a Giant Diane, so I really can't advise you on a Giant Diane. Because looking at her, she has 10% pierce rate, 10% resistance rate, 20% crit resistance, 20% crit defense, 20% crit chance. She doesn't really thrive off any substats. So getting her anything is fine. It doesn't matter which ones you pick up. She gets a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total UR sets. And I got all of these ones for free. 4 of them come for free. 1 of them you can pick up if you want to pick the Dark Knight one. Pick up the Dark Knight one. If you want to pick the swimsuit one, if it comes out, definitely pick up that one. If you are into Diane, I mean, it's definitely a must pick up. 100% facts. Definitely her best cosmetic. Diane has a lot of aesthetically pleasing cosmetics. Obviously, the final boss one is a top tier cosmetic. If you do pick it up, it is great. For weapons, she only gets a total of 4, I think 4 UR weapons or 3. Swimsuit, Dark Knight, and PvP. Yeah, she only gets a total of 3 UR weapons. So you don't get a lot of UR weapons for Diane. So if you were ever planning on using Diane in general, 4, I guess. I guess we missed one. It's whatever this one is. Unless this is the PvP. No, this is the PvP shop. Yeah, there's only a total of 4? Yeah, 4. Final boss. Oh, the final boss one isn't here. There's 4, yeah. So there's the final boss one. I guess we gotta add to the database. Somebody put it in the. Someone do me a favor and put that in the thing. So we have to put the final boss one in there because we don't have the final boss cosmetic here. So we gotta add that in because yeah, it's not in here. Anyways, final boss cosmetic. I'll just go over that too here because it's not in the database. 1% crit chance, 6% crit damage. Then the weapon is 2% pierce as well as 2% crit chance. Those were this is crit resistance and crit defense. My bad. And then the headpiece is 3% regeneration rate, 1% lifesteal. Still obviously good. So she gets a total, including the final boss piece here, a total of 4 UR headpieces. So if you do want to max out a DN, of course you do need to pick up the weapon and the headpiece for her. You do not need to pick up the armor piece if you don't want to. It is a decent armor piece. It is aesthetics are good on it and everything, but you know there are better ones that come out later. So headpiece and weapon are definitely pickups if you're ever going to use a DN because she doesn't have a lot of cosmetics in general. However, Giant DN in general is kind of not a meta unit anyways. I don't know if I would use it at all. It's kind of like way out of meta at this point. So you could if you want, but you don't have to. All right, next up we got Blue King. I bought it. I actually got the weapon. So I got the weapon. I didn't realize it till just now. I was in the middle of the PvP shop and I got the weapon. So for armor pieces for Blue King, he gets a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 armor pieces. And for armor pieces, I ended up just going for the free-to-play route. I actually do not have any purchased cosmetics on King. I have 4 UR cosmetics with him, but I haven't purchased anything yet on him. So you can pick one up, but just know that you only need to pick up 1 UR cosmetic for King. You do not need to pick up multiple. There's a Halloween event one, the final boss one, the Halloween one, the Dark Knight event, and the swimsuit event one are the UR cosmetics for the purchasable cosmetics. Just pick whichever one you want, and that would be best. As far as defensive stats though, King does not have has 0% crit resistance and crit defense, so neither of those are really good substats to get on him. You can get them if you want, for crit resistance or crit defense, but I would probably focus on just hard resistance because that would probably be the best way to go. If you wanted to go for crit resistance, the Dark Knight one's fine to get. I mean, you could 7% here. I think that's the only piece that he can get with crit resistance besides this 1% over here. Like that's the only UR piece that actually has crit resistance except for the SSR pieces. Oh yeah, and the final boss one. So there's a couple 1%ers, but this is the only one with crit resistance. So if you wanted to resist any type of crits, this is the only piece you can get that. So if you wanted to do that, that's fine. But I mean, their characters will come out with like 70-80% crit later. So I mean, like, kind of 50-50 if you want to do that. Resistance might be a better pick. It's up to you though. You choose as a player what you think is most valuable. That would probably be the best way to go. Crit defense is something you can get otherwise. Oh, here's another 2% right here. So you could go crit resistance. I guess it's good for King. I guess, sure, whatever. I'll just say yes. Yes, it's good for King. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's definitely good. All right, so for total weapons on King, he only gets a total of 5 UR weapons. So if you are looking to get full UR weapons on King, yes, you will need to pick up this weapon. If you do not want to pick up this weapon, then you will not have full UR weapon cosmetics on King. You'll have to deal with SSR and UR like myself because you're more of a budget player. For headpieces, he gets a total of 6 UR headpieces, so you do have a lot of wiggle room here. You can pick up the hat, you get the final boss one for free, and there's the Halloween event one as well as the swimsuit event one. Anything, just note on all the Halloween event ones on the Japanese version, you could not pick those up for diamonds. You could only pick those up for dollars. They were never available for diamonds, so anything that you see in the future for Halloween event stuff, only again available for dollars, not for diamonds. It was one enigma as far as all the cosmetic sets go. It might be different on Global. We'll have to see. And the last thing up here, I know that Matronity M's coming out tomorrow. I don't think there's any cosmetics that's coming out for her, but she gets a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 UR sets, and she doesn't get a cosmetic set coming out tomorrow. The only ones that she's going to get in the future, besides the Red Sailor event one, is going to be the Halloween event one. So if you did pick up the Red Sailor event one, she didn't really get another cosmetic after that. For UR weapons, though, she has a total of 5. These are available for diamonds or available for just the PvP coins. These are pop-up shop weapons. She actually gets a pop-up shop weapon. She gets 2 purchasable weapons that you can just buy from the shop whenever you want. So those are really nice, because the reason she has these is because she is like blue normal bond, and her cosmetics for weapons didn't actually come out till much later. So that's why she got 2 weapons in the shop here. For the Halloween event one, that's the last UR one she gets, so you'll have to wait till then. For headpieces, though, she only gets a total of 4 UR headpieces. So again, you're gonna have to pick, if you did pick up the Red Sailor event one. I mean, you're already shit out of luck on that one, but you will have to pick up the Halloween event one if you do want to pick that up in the future. All right, guys, mine is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do, of course, like these kinds of videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, we get to 1,000 likes on every kind of these videos. I will, of course, put up every one, and of course, we'll continue to do these. The Dark Knight one, again, is a repeat from the previous news video. I had to re-record and edit and upload this specifically for this video because people kept asking. But thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye.